Hello everybody, welcome back to Islantiles. We now have the Explorer difficulty available to us, and we have all luxuries available. Island wealth increase at an even faster rate. Let's see how things go. Come on, you can do it. So it says this is difficulty 3 of 6, but there's more than 6 options on the main menu, isn't there? And we've got way more in the luxuries, so we've got golden shells, ore and wheat, fish and wood, meat and berries, islands and swamps, and crystals and rivers. Okay. Also, I learned earlier, I was writing some feedback for the developers, and I was like, oh, there should be a button on a hotkey that you can press that will highlight where the special buildings are so you don't miss them, like this temple. If you actually just highlight down here, it will take it to you and show it in glowing purple, so that was there the whole time, I just hadn't looked for it. Right. Let's get some stuff down first. So, nets and fishing. Nets and fishing. 45, 60, that's pretty good. Pretty good one of those. And then with the fishing and crystal, 95 there. Because it has the fish on board with it. So, could we get a river? We can get a bunch of river. But that should give us some luxury down there for 1.6 multiplier. So here's what I'm thinking. With the luxuries in play like this, we are more encouraged to make use of temples to take something like an iron mine, which harvests mountain and iron, and make it harvest wheat as well so that you can double up into your gains. So how about the hunter there? Hunter is on meat and citrus. So if I put this guy there, can I get citrus? No. But I'll take a reef and we'll just start mixing matching stuff, see how that works out for us. So we want citrus or islands, or both. I clicked one too far over for all those islands to be included. Oops. We'll do that one. And we'll do that one. So you can see just how many different luxuries we're collecting. It just matters whether we're collecting them in groups or not. We want some swamp. All right. So, luxuries are going to be big business. So, I'm thinking that temples will become even more valuable. 0.75 per height of the tile. Sea level is 0. On play, +1 per unused temple. Now, I want to use the temples, so I'll take a spyglass and 2 extra temples. Go next. And this has an extra temple, so we'll come to there. So we got a temple on that coast, on the opposing coast, and just down the coast. Right, this hunter is not going to be in range of very much there. Sawmill will be. Tinctures gives 30 per this. Oh god. Okay, this is going to get even more complicated, isn't it? Gives 30 per that. Or gives 15 on berries. Give me the berries for now. Now I want fish. We are not getting fish today. Right, let's just focus. Actually, no, we should make sure we are using these. Well, this hunter gets crystals. So we can't get berries. We get swamps. Get crystals. Crystals and rivers are a pair. So we now have hunter on crystal rivers. Except what are the odds that the crystals are by the rivers? It's not great, is it? It's okay, we're learning. Right now I would like to play some rivers. And we want to do it on high ground. Because we'll get more multiplier that way. We get 1.3 on luxuries. 15... 2200. Not bad. Shells and crystals. And then the corn is actually better on rivers. There's a lot of berries out there as well. Well, I think this on reef just makes sense. Oh no, it's already got reef. Yeah, we'll just make that stronger. Right, I'm going to come over here and try and play a very well situated gold mine. Then an associated mint. And then with what's left, we could get a good swamp chunk. We've got a lot of mountains in play right now, so if we could do a really good group of swamp, that should set us up nicely for this multiplier, right? Yeah, so it shows you the thing that you harvest first in the pair, shows you the excess, and then as you harvest the second of the pair, the excess comes down to show you what's still available to you. I do like the poorhouse. With 8 gold, we would need to spend some more, but we've got some stuff we could spend on. Luxuries, plus 90 for lamps, however that seems to work out. Right, well, give me this before I accidentally don't buy it, or accidentally can't afford it. Alright, give me the tavern and the temple and the next island. And I will just take whatever has the best treasures, which is none of it. As such, give me this balanced island. There's a big old lake in the middle. Right, fish and wood. would be great to play while we play this, but we cannot play both right now because we don't have a wood collector. Which is a shame. Iron Mine Smelter is a nice pair. Otherwise, I don't feel great about a lot of this stuff. You have very little of stuff available to you. Alright, let's start out with a mine then. If nothing else, they should be fairly high above sea level, which is helpful to us. Two hammers left. I could really do with the wheat, couldn't I? That'll get us some helmet luxury, I think. Not bad. Alright, now we've got this really solid hunter. We could do 5 swamps and 5 mountains. That gets us a bunch of shell. Can we... sorry, a bunch of diamond. Can we get shells for rings? No, not with what we've got. Alright then, just get as much basic score as we can. Not bad. Yeah, the 1.6 on a luxury is a lot because it goes after everything else is scored. Shame to not see the big market again. But it is what it is. Right, get some mountain in there. And then... our swamp options are not great now, are they? Can we get some wheat? We can do wheat. Alright, no need for winter. Collect that. On Star Island, places a great market. End of session plus 100 per buildings placed within range 1. I like the sound of that. Hunter 2 with gains on mountains. Or another spyglass. Give me that great market. And... send me over here. Okay, there's our market. How many of these did I accidentally not do last round? I bet a bunch. Right, tavern does meat and oranges, which is exactly what this guy wants, which is incredible. Except we can't really get much of both. I mean, we could. So that shows +4, that shows +4. But the tavern wants other buildings, but none of the buildings that we have. Can we get any lantern by fish and wood? We can do the fish, we can't do the wood. This is worth an extra 100 to us. I'm going to commit to that. So that just gives us a bunch of the... Is this salts or something, or liquor? Not sure. Then we've got this market town over here. Throw that in. Nice and high above sea level. Good. 6,000 more needed in summer. There's a lot of wheat over here. Nothing to harvest it. Problem with these crystals is there's lots of them, but they're very hard to collect in a group because you have to be on the coast, which makes that extra tricky. But there's just so much wheat around, isn't there? I'm going to put this here. It's going to score a little less, but we'll be next to the market. Oh, it's end of season. Yeah, okay. Seashells. Gets us some pearl rings. We should play on this temple. Give me the grain. I think this is probably going to be enough to win the day. Yes, indeed. What is this modifier? Because if it's like get a hammer back, that would be incredibly good. 4 money to buy it. On play, +1 per unused of that. And season that, unused that. Alright, give me the carpenter. Try and figure out what that does. Got this trading post as well for our last 2? Sure. And you've got lots of lovely buildings. There's our market. $5.10 for that is humongous. Well, I didn't get a hammer back. Maybe it's discounted by a hammer from its usual total cost, perhaps? But we got 11 wood. How much fish can we get? All of 3. Always the range. There's a big spring. Over to summer. We can put a butcher down first. And then the tavern can come in right after. A little in luxuries. Only 3,000 in score, though. Another tavern? And then 2 hammers left. We could do with some citrus. Now, I always forget, because I'm trying to be super efficient, that there is also an entire winter to play as well. Just because I didn't win during fall doesn't mean I failed. Maybe it does mean I'm just not being as optimum as I could be, but that's fine. Let's do a big swamp and mountain turn. That will be a lot of gain. 1.4 on luxuries. This does swamps, which also plays into our luxuries. Lovely. Right, give me my money. We have 2 whole gold available, so nothing to be bought here. So be it. Give me this with the extra upgrade available. All the way down there. Trading post for gold, wood, and shells. And then give me that guy, the gold. And then we're after fish, which we cannot get. Swamps? No. Fish? No. Gold? No. Well, these bonuses are not being useful. $3K is kind of a bad day. Right, this hunter. just gets everything. But not... Yeah, you do get swamps, so... I wonder if this is better because it's so much higher above sea level. I'm just going to throw that down there. Right, mountains and fruit. I mean, it was something. It wasn't a lot, but it was something. Then we get a little ore here to go with the wheat. All right, 1.98 in luxuries is lovely. This is going to be a big turn. For sure. There's 550 off the get-go. Then if we could just do a whole mess of mountains. How does that go for our diamonds? We got none because while I was covering them, it wasn't harvesting them, was it? Yeah, you have to specifically harvest the stuff, you dummy. Okay. Swamps, mountains. Swamps. I should use this. Give me some of that, I suppose. And then the gold mine can just go on whatever gold mine spot looks decent. 1.56 in luxuries. $7,000. It's not enough. It's not enough. No! Damn. Alright, well, there will be other attempts. So, it says up here, difficulty 1 of 6. I just want to see what this is. Not the tutorial, excuse you. Main menu. So, difficulty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And civs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not sure what that's about. For now, thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.